of Let's Get Technical with your boy, Rasheed Wallace.
Bonzi Wells here.
Yeah, make sure you check us out on all of your social media platforms because, we got a good one for you today. Check it out. So, my brother from another mother played many years with Bonzi and I in the NBA, right? Mad dunks. I know all y'all seen what he did, him and his homie. I know y'all seen that. Y'all know what it is for all the real basketball fans out there. But today's guest on Let's Get Technical, joining me and Bonzi, is none other than our brother, Darius Miles from the Lou.
Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir. What's the word, good brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Appreciate you boys, man.
Thanks for taking time out coming to join us, man.
Straight up.
Yeah, man. So how you feeling, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I feel like the world is getting back to normal.
Yeah.
I feel like coming outside now. So I'm glad y'all boys have me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely. We just want to get right into it, D Miles. I know your NBA career path. You jumped to the dream right away, dog. Like, most of us think like, when we're younger, like, oh man, the last shot, I'm in the NBA championship, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But dog, you actually went on and did that. Like from your high school, did you ever think your senior year, when you was going into your senior year, was you like, all right, at the end of the year, I'm out of here, I'm going to the league? Or like, what was your whole thought process on making that decision?
It changed, like, cause my junior year, I'm seeing all these colleges, and they got the polos on with the colleges on their college logos on their chest. So I committed to St. John's like in November before my senior year even started. I committed early because I didn't want to go through the whole phone conversation already. I took all my visits in October, got them on out the way. And then I committed to St. John. And then after I committed to St. John, all my games was all NBA teams. It'll be like 3 teams, and they'll have the polos on with the team logo. So I'm looking like, oh, okay.
Which shirt look better?
With that other logo.
So it was like
that
when
other
I
logo.
committed, it kind of closed everybody else out.
Right.
And then it was like, NBA teams are coming. When I go to school the next week, it'd be like, man, you seen Toronto Raptors in that joint or something like that?
Wow.
So I still didn't know. I'm like, man, this can't be real. I ain't gonna play myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I played my senior year, get through my senior year, and then the McDonald's and all that stuff was coming about. So I played in McDonald's, had a good McDonald's game, had a good USA game in Indianapolis, and Mike Jarvis, the coach from St. John's, he was telling me, he was like, man, they talking about you top 5. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah.
What'd you say, raised eyebrow? Yeah.
Like, for real? And him telling me that because my AAU coach was telling me that. And I'm still like weary.
Yeah.
But coming from him.
Coming from him.
Coming from him.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I know he believed in me. And
Right.
I know this coming to the league, you know what I'm saying? But when he told me, this was somebody affiliated with the university and stuff. This was just my AAU coach. You know what I'm
Looked
saying?
at it differently.
It looked at it differently. He's in like a higher, not higher power, but a bigger stature than him. So if he's saying it, like it must be something.
Be true.
So now, after that, I got these agents visiting me, and these like the top agents, the Falk and Dan Fagan, and you know what I'm saying, all these guys, they come through. And I chose an agent. I remember being in the hood, going to the little local rec center, like, yeah, I'm going to the league, and coming right back to the hood, sit on the porch.
Sound familiar.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounds familiar.
That was crazy and shit. I jumped. And when I went on workouts, though, I was trying to kill everything.
Yeah.
Everything that moved. And Kenyon Martin was the best player of my class, but he broke his leg. So he couldn't work out or do anything. So he was the bar that everybody was trying to get at. He was just like college player of the year, all that stuff.
Up at Natty,
You know what I'm saying? Out the Natty, he was killing that year. And he wasn't it, but everybody else I seen, I got in their ass. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I ain't even play with them. And they really started liking me. That's when they really up, because they was like, man, you going 5 to 10, you lottery. I was like, man, I'm gonna go if they say I'm going lottery, which is the first 13, first 12.
Makes sense.
It's like I might as well go.
Yeah.
So they was like, man, 5 to 12, like you good. But when I did the workouts, they was like top 5 guaranteed. But then it was a draw. It was New Jersey had the #1 pick.
Before they became Brooklyn, y'all. Before they became Brooklyn.
New Jersey Nets had the #1 pick. Grizzlies had the #2 pick. Clippers had the #3 pick. Then the Bulls. I didn't work out for the Clippers.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even work out for the Grizzlies.
Okay.
I worked out for New Jersey. And what's crazy about New Jersey workout, me and Q worked out against each other.
Oh, wow.
For the Nets.
Yeah, so like I already worked out for teams that was picking like from 5 for real on down.
On down.
So New Jersey just came late because they was hearing how I was going so hard and was like, man, we want to work you out. So they want to work me out. So then they told Q, like, oh, you staying with Q, y'all together, why don't y'all work out? We went so hard at each other. Bro, I'm talking about like, you would think we ain't like each other. That's how hard we went in this workout towards each other.
That's how you supposed to
You
go,
know what
though.
I'm saying? But, you know, we did our thing, went back to the crib, whatever. We get to the draft, and then like it's a 50-50 chance you or Kenyon Martin can go #1.
Wow.
So at the last second, they chose Kenyon Martin, which, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, it was,
It could fall
I think the only reason they even second guessed it because he was hurt. I think if he wasn't hurt, they wouldn't even second guessed it because he had a great season. And then Grizzly, my mom was like, you ain't going to Vancouver. And then, you know,
that's before they went to Memphis.
Before they came
before
in.
they went to Memphis.
You know, that's 2 years. 2 years before that, Steve Francis was like, I'm not going to Vancouver. So they was coming back around to that. My mom was like, I'm not going to Canada. Like, she ain't sent, he can't go.
Yeah.
So the Clippers is the next pick, which is the worst team in the NBA.
At that time, right?
And then the Bulls is the next pick, which I was cool with the Bulls, but I ain't really rock with the Bulls like that. We ain't have a good meeting. Like a good, like everything when I went to work out with them, it was just crazy. I remember they brought me in and then I had a good workout. They talked to me after. So the next time they want to bring me in again, they like, man, yeah, we want to bring your brothers and sisters and your mom. I'm like, man, I don't got no brothers and sisters. It's just me and my mama. So I brought my mama with me.
That was different. I ain't never had that before. That was different. Where a team offered that.
I guess because I'm young, this is why.
Well, yeah, fact,
like that,
coming
right?
straight out of high school. Yeah, it makes sense.
So I brought my mama with me. And when I brought my mama with me, you know, after my workout, we sit down at the table. They got all of them around. Jerry Cross and them and all this stuff. And it's like, he was like, yeah, man, we like you at 4 and all that stuff, but man, you're gonna have to cut your braids.
Say word.
And my mama is a diehard Bulls fan, right?
Not no
like
more.
She Jordan out, you know, we from Illinois. We Jordan out.
Right.
We grew up on WGN and Mike. My mama was like, you let a guy on your team put color in his hair, and you gonna tell my baby he gotta cut his braids? She's like, come on, let's go. And we got up and left.
Word. All right, my
Mom
dude.
Duke's the real one. That's the real one right there.
We got up and
My
left.
Duke ain't going for that shit.
So I'm thinking like, they still gonna pick me though. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking they ain't letting me go. I'm from Illinois, just won Mr. Basketball in Illinois, all that stuff. They ain't gonna let me go. And the Clippers like they gonna get me.
Oh.
So they already had told you.
They picked me without me saying, like with us saying like, nah, we don't want to go there. My agent like we don't want to go there.
And you ain't work out for him, right?
And I ain't work out for him.
Wow.
Boy, you good. That boy good.
And they picked me. So now they picked me. But you know, I'm happy. But I'm like, man, in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, this the Clippers. Like,
I'm in LA.
I remember seeing the highlights and Shaq just scored 60 on them.
Yeah.
Like last year. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking like, yeah, this Clipper, I'm happy, you know, the moment,
Right.
you know, it's dope. I just made history, you know what I'm saying? I'm the first high school player to go that high. Like, I'm feeling it, and then the draft go on, and Q, he slipped in the draft. like slipped in the draft, and then the Clippers came up. And it was like, man, you know, you already got D Miles.
Yeah.
You know, him and Q was already together. And it's like, shit,
It
Q.
was written in.
It was perfect.
It was already
Perfect
written.
setup.
And that's how it kind of like came about, because Q didn't work out for him either.
Wow. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about you coming from East St. Louis, being in geometry class on, you know, a month prior. Now you're in the NBA draft. You get drafted. Now you go from the Midwest to out to the glitz and glamour of LA. Not just being in the Clippers. I know Clippers is a different team back then, but just being in LA. Talk about that adjustment and, you know, all the good and bad things you learned from that.
It was crazy. Like we get drafted, we go out to LA, they fly us right out. And I ain't really go back home then. They ain't make us play in summer league or nothing like that. But we was just out there working out. And just getting out there, I ain't never been to LA. I've been to San Diego, played the AAU tournament in San Diego. I ain't never been to LA. So, you know, me and Q got a rental car and we just ride through everywhere.
Right.
And we
Check it
ride
out.
through the wrong project. You know, we like, man, let's see the black people. Where the black people at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Just wanna feel
we
at home.
ride through projects and homies like, nah, bro, you can't be. Ain't you the little dude that just got drafted? Yeah, y'all get up out of here. But like them was like the little bad, and we was practicing at Southwest College.
Oh,
Like,
it was tough.
So it was the norm, and it was like different. It was like a different world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
LA.
like a different world. It took me a minute to adjust. I've come to a small town. I ain't never seen traffic like that.
Yeah.
Fact.
Like traffic that much.
It's deadly.
Scary.
Like that's crazy. And me driving, like I really wasn't driving on no daily basis. I just left from not driving on a daily basis till I got an Escalade and I'm driving through LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And
You
so
gotta do it.
It was just a adjustment, like I say, and it's like a different world out there. And then I had to adjust to the people, the proper, how they talk, like proper. Like, like, man, that's the gangster. He like kind of proper. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then you see it's real.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know
it
what
is.
I'm saying? Like, no disrespect, you see it's real out there.
Yeah.
And then like we started playing the season, and then they embraced us. Shaq showed love.
Yeah.
He never like he played like a big brother role. Ty Lue showed love. Like
Word.
people don't know, like a lot of Lakers was really like cool with us.
Okay.
Even though we was going at them hard, because we like the little brothers of the league.
Fact.
So
Right.
that people taking to us helped the adjustment get better.
Yeah.
But at first, when people didn't know us and didn't know what we was gonna do that first couple of months and down there, it was like, man,
Yeah.
it's a whole nother world. I went from not having a job to I got a job. Like I gotta be here or you get fined.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Get you in that pocket.
Like it was a lot of adjustment, but like I say, once the fans started really embracing us, it worked itself out.
Yeah. And so with that, you drafted by the Clippers. Q drafted by the Clippers. So now it's like, all right, shoot, I got my road dog, I got my running mate with me. For all the people out there, and for myself, to be honest, who came up with that? Who came could it was a popular thing. Y'all had other cats on other teams doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I see Q hit a three, I see you come, boom, I'm like, all right, I get it, but
Yeah.
at first I was like, man, what is that? So who came up with that?
We used to go to high school games. I used to make Q go to high school games because I just left the high school circuit, so I knew dudes.
Still out there.
You know, I meet from playing in Nike camp and you know the little AAU tournaments and stuff. So I knew Hassan, I knew Bottoms, you know what I'm saying? I knew them. And when we go, they played at Westchester. When we started going to their games, which I had to make Q go, because he don't go to high school games no more. He just left 2 years of college. Like he ain't know
Yeah,
that.
he passed
But I'm making him go with me because they was nice though. They was like top 5 in the nation, and they had a freshman named Trevor Reese on their squad. You know what I'm saying? So they was deep. They was running the stuff, and they had a dude on their team. His name was Man, and he used to help him out with conditioning and all that stuff, and he was a Q-dog.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was a Q-dog, and they celebration for their team and how they used to get hyped when they got a dunk, they all used to be like that. So one day they was just like, man, y'all need to show love to us in the game and do this for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
That
man
shit's
was like,
off.
yeah, you can do that. You can't throw it all the way up, but you can
Right.
and do this.
Yeah.
So, you know, me and Q did it in the game. And after we did it in the game, I only did it when I got a dunk. When we got a highlight, we'll do it, leave it alone. So people started like, man, you gotta do it. So now I gotta get dunks and stuff a little bit more now. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit more.
Because it's changing momentum now. You know what I'm saying? So Q like, man, forget that. I don't really be getting the dunks D Miles got. So everything I damn near do,
I'm
finna throw it up. So now he's shooting threes, get him a layup.
Running down court. This is all I see.
This all he doing.
You couldn't wait.
So I'm like, nah, you doing it a little too much than me. So now I'm doing, so both of us doing it, and like, we couldn't stop because they wouldn't let us stop. But like what made it so unique, you know, us playing around being goofy, like, yeah, we can't tell nobody. If we tell you, we gotta kill you.
Right.
And you know, 20 years later now, they loving it. So it's a blessing.
Definitely loving y'all.
So let's talk about, you know, we all had this moment when we was in the league. You know, when you get to the league, everybody can play. You know what I mean? So what was that moment in the league where you got your confidence, like, I belong here? And who was that first person's ass you busted that you was like, yeah, I thought he was a lot nicer than that, and I done busted his ass, I own him? Because it's always somebody in the league that you catch.
I don't think I was.
Name them.
Come on.
I'm telling you what it was. I wasn't getting the opportunity the way I played on the team and the role I played. I wasn't getting the opportunity to really work somebody like my first couple of years because we were going through Lamar, and then our second year we were going through Lamar and Elton. But my game, I had like 28-point games or 26-point game, but it'd be so much transition and momentum. But what I used to fuck folks up with was the power forwards.
Yeah.
Because I was tall enough to play power forward. I couldn't. I was just skinny.
Right.
But I was tall enough and I had defense. I was tough. But my crossover with the power forwards, boy.
That right left was stupid.
My right left.
On the run.
Right left.
Yeah.
On the run with the power forwards. Oh my God, that was my bust. Like,
And then stretch arms.
yeah, that was my bust ass for like everybody, every game. I remember KG used to be like right left.
You know it's
Right
coming.
left.
You know it's coming.
But one-on-one, I don't think I got that many opportunities. They ain't go through me enough for me to be like, I killed that one specific person.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You was in the league long enough, though.
You ain't got one because you had a career high 47. So we ain't just talking about, we talking about that person. When you got your confidence, like when you really got, like, okay, I belong, now I can get buckets on these boys. Like, I can get buckets. I may have my moment, like my second. I knew in practice, when I played against them my rookie year, just going to practice, because we had some of the best guys in the NBA that was like, you know, who's who of basketball. And when I could score on J.R. Ryder in practice, Walt Williams, Stacey Augman, you know, she to switch on to the small, you know, the guard sometimes, that's when I got my confidence, so the game was easy. So it could have, well, did it come from practice or was it?
No, I always had confidence. I feel like my defense was ahead of my offense. I don't feel like they accepted my offense.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because we'll come out of timeouts and stuff. They'll go to your boy. I'll get us a bucket. I might get us 2 in a row, and they'd be like, you didn't get another play. So
We got LO.
rest of your play. And like my whole career, coaches always told me, like, man, you can get 20 and so-and-so without a play call for you.
Fact.
The way you play.
Running the floor, getting your tip-ins, catching.
But somebody who strive to be great, it's like, man, you can't.
You saying I can't shoot now?
I'm coming and I'm playing everything for every team that I get. I'm top 5 in every category for every team I played for. And steals, assists, blocks, and points.
You was one of the few that I know that could play 1 through 5. Now, of course, you know, when it's your big centers, you know, your 7 foot, like Big Yao and shit.
You
All right,
do that.
no, we're not gonna put D-Miles on them. But the other average centers, you know, I've seen you guard them.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I think you should tell, you know, all your young boys that you mess with, like, yo, you ain't gonna make the league by jacking. No.
Yeah, I
Lock
was
up.
defense level. I
Yeah.
felt coming in the league, my defense was way up to par. I can guard people, or I can be competitive in a challenge with people. Once I start seeing Kobe's and Trace McGrady, me guarding them and all that stuff, I'm getting blocks and steals and stops on them.
Yeah.
Then, you know, I'm already defensive minded, so I don't care about your points because nobody can be stopped. But if I get that one,
That's
when
it.
it count, I win. Whether you had 47 or not. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like offensively, I was always waiting for that coach to be like, man, let me run these plays through D Miles.
It was
Like
there.
when you left, right? When you left Portland, I'm like, there's nobody else in the role that you can come through. with me.
gotta
I know we
go through
finna give
me.
it to Zebo and he 20 and 10, they guarantee. But
Yeah.
come on, man, you gotta give it to. It's my time now.
Yeah.
And I know the game. My jumper working now. I'm talking about shit. I'm ready.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case. It was like you can get 20 and 10 without us calling the play for you. So let's call the play for somebody else to get them rolling because you can.
Yeah,
do
they
what you do.
kind of sort of, you know, sabotaged you for being so good and running the floor, getting little tip-ins here and there and doing
That's
your
how I
thing.
always felt sometimes. And then, you know, if you on your own mind instead of accepting your role, like, fuck it, D-Miles, it's cool. Like, everybody can't be there. Accept your role and just play it.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I had to
But
play
that
the
shit
three
used
in
to eat
Portland.
me inside. Like, I ain't never lost until I got to the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't never lost. Like, I ain't make it to the playoffs not 1 year. I played 10 years. Every team I played for either rebuilding or they was the worst team in the NBA before I got there.
You never played a playoff game?
Never played a playoff game.
Yeah, because after I left Portland,
Wow.
They
played
done made it 22 years when I got traded.
Yeah.
You see how I was
we made it
begging?
22 years straight.
first
She,
year.
please don't. Please, it's perfect. Like you got Zebo, he left-handed, he loved his block.
Yeah, only one block.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got Sheed on the other block, you got DA, you got Damon Stoudemire. I'm like, that's the Pistons. Like,
That was their team.
fact.
you got me, I get traded, I come over there. Man, we went on a run. I think we won like 10 out of 12 or something. Went on a run. I'm like, man, this is perfect.
Yeah.
22 years of going to the playoffs. I'm like, oh, I'm here. I'm finally here.
Get that chizzy.
He's like, I'm out. I go to the wrestling match. He walking out. Yep.
And
That's why you just got here. He said, no, yep, I'm out.
that was so funny too, because I definitely remember that watching WWF joint in the
we was
Rose
coming up,
Garden.
we was coming right through the hallway.
And I got that call from my agent. He was like, yo, he's like, where you at? I said, I'm at the Rose Garden, you know, watching the wrestling and stuff. He's like, all right. He's like, got something to tell you. He's like, what's up? He said, they just traded you. I said, oh.
Time to go.
And he walking out. We just walking in that joint. He
I was
walking
like,
completely out. And then they made it 22 years in a row.
Yeah.
And they stopped making that motherfucker once I got there.
But and I told him, I let it be known. After I left, I was like, it's going to be at least a good 6-7 years before they make the playoffs again, because it's not just you going to make the playoffs. No, you got to build that team up. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, damn, we fell a couple games short this year. Then that next year is like, all right, we right here. First round of the playoff, then you lose that. You know, each year, of course, you add on to, you know, to your whole career. But yeah, I'm with you, dog.
And you out west, which was tough out west back then.
know that.
You know,
They
you
ain't
had
just
to-
letting nobody in.
You had to win 50.
Man.
You had to win 50 games to get the AC seed back then.
Yeah.
almost.
Man.
You know, you had to win 50 games.
Minimum.
You ain't have to collect $100. You had to pay $100.
I'm trying to tell you.
Pass go. In the West, like,
It was tough.
and then after that, 22 years, they ain't make it. Shit, they ain't make it again until B. Roy came.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yep.
But we looked up on draft picks. Like, they got around with, they could have had KD. They chose
coulda had
Greg
KD.
Oden.
Well, yeah, I think because of the year he had.
I know, they posed to
They were
chose
supposed to
Greg
yeah.
Oden.
No, they were supposed to pick
They
KD.
posed-
if
no,
you
that
if,
year at
if
Ohio
you're
State.
any type of basketball
No.
mind, and listen, I'm from Indiana. I love Greg Oden. That's my young boy. Listen, any person in America can pick KD over Greg Oden. I don't care if you got LaMarcus
I
Aldridge. I
understand
don't care
what-
who you got. Somebody who
look,
averaging 24.
What now?
Yeah.
Then,
Look.
20 years ago.
But then
30,
KD
50.
wasn't.
He averaged 20. He was
KD.
he was National Player of the Year. He averaged 23 and 12.
Still great. That's good, but I don't think for me, if I was the GM, yeah, I would have chose the big man too, because 9 times out of 10, who you starting the team with? It's either going to be a point guard.
That's why you would have been fired, and you would have been fired.
Can I get my argument though? He played a half a year with just his left in college and took them to the chip. When I seen him, he came in there. Man, I swear this dude was finna be good, bro. Like, he was finna be so dominated. He was so old school. He was one of them centers that liked to lift his feet up on that motherfucker. Like, he was left hand, right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was the last of a dying breed, bro. I'm talking about, like, they had to pick him.
Yeah.
And I love KD. And KD, you see what KD is now. Yeah, ain't shortstop. But this dude, if he would, oh my God, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I used to play this dude 1-on-1. That's how agile, how he can move. He a center and he can play me 1-on-1. I'm talking about off the dribble, top of the key.
Yeah.
And I hear everything you're saying. But is he better than, listen, I love him. I love what you're saying. But what if you'd have played them same games against KD?
Yeah, like KD is KD, don't get me wrong. But I'm
KD
just
is
saying,
the baddest dude at his side. Like, it's.
Yeah, he is special. But like I'm saying, Greg Odom, left hand, bro. Like, come on.
I hear you. I mean, he's from Indiana.
You think KD right now, if he hurt his right hand that he shoot with, he can still play with his left?
Yeah.
You for real?
I feel like KD.
When do you see KD shoot the ball with his left?
I just feel like he's special, and I feel like there's nothing he can't do.
He is special. He is special.
Shout out to KD.
He is special, but we see Kobe switch hands. We don't never seen KD switch hands. This dude didn't play with his right hand and went all the way to the tournament to get through the NCAA tournament and take them to the ship.
Can I ask you a question? When he did play with his right hand, what was he shooting jumpers, and what was he doing with it?
He didn't get a chance to play.
Okay, but when he did play with his right hand, was he doing anything KD was doing? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. KD not, because like I seen KD work out too, and KD workout was amazing. It was amazing.
I saw it too. That's why I'm saying it, because I saw him. I went to see the game when I was playing for the Rockets then. And I was like,
workout
KD
is amazing.
I was like, KD amazing.
Like, he's amazing.
But yeah. Well, let's fast forward. You had a great career, man. You highlights. You wowed the crowds. From coast to coast. But let's talk about towards the end of the career. And I spoke on it earlier when we was talking, during the world ceremony, during the Iverson Classic, about your career not ending the way you wanted to. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about, yours unfortunately ended due career. I mean, your career ended through injury. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about, your mindset and, how hard that was for you.
I was gone.
Yeah.
I was chasing. I that year in Memphis, I shouldn't even been there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm chasing because I just don't want to give it up, because it's like, man, I don't want to lose it like that. I want to really show what I can do, but I couldn't control my body no more.
Yeah.
They was gone. And then with that, I had my granddaddy died, then my grandmama died, and my mama was like dealing with cancer heavy. So the family side was heavy on me. So it was like, man, I'm losing people I love that I grew up with, in the house with, and I'm losing my first love. You know what I'm saying? This ball.
Yeah.
So, I was, in a tornado. Like, in a whirlwind.
Did you talk to anybody?
No, pride. Pride, you can't show no chink in your arm. You always gotta be this, especially if they like they say your pops put you in a position where you the man of the family now.
Right.
So if I'm the man of the family at 18, I've been the man of the family so long, I can't even show no chink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To the point where when my mama passed, I couldn't show. It was hard for me to grieve. Like, still to this day, I ain't never feel like I got the proper time to get it all out. You know what I'm saying? So when you're going through all that and you lose this ball, where you feel like, man, I'm so much better than them, and then I'm watching the playoffs every year, and I'm watching my peers, the folks I got drafted with, they going to the playoffs, some winning chips, and I was noodle. You know what I'm
I know the
saying?
feeling, bro.
But you gotta be a strong mind and so forth on and create that energy. I'm glad I'm in a place, but I'm glad I went through what I needed to went through.
Right.
I hate it had to take for me to lose everything
To see that. Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's because if you don't got no OG power around you or nobody telling you the right thing that don't care about hurting you, you ain't gonna never get it. But in our era, you know, we didn't chat like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell you how much I thought you was dope. I couldn't tell you how much I thought you was like, boy, every time you played Kobe, you was murdering this boy,
Couldn't even
man.
say it to a boy.
That was the come out part. I've been knowing you since Ball State, but I always thought you was dope, but to see the presentation on the biggest stage in the world for you, man, that was big. You know what I'm saying? But see it. But I want that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I want the opportunity. So once I got hurt and I couldn't control my body, I'm chasing.
Yeah.
I probably blew on some real. them 2 years, that year in Memphis and whoa. Just the years of trying to rehab, that off year trying to rehab, I probably blew about 2 mil, 3 mil.
Just blowing it. Can't even remember where it went to.
Like
Trying to make yourself feel better from a lot of the personal sorrows as far as
like
feeling,
not really just
sad or mad that all right, shit, I got injured.
just
Like, damn, it's fucked up now. It's all fucked up now. What we gonna do now?
just adding stuff on. It's just like, you already got a house here, so now I gotta go and have a house in Phoenix, and I gotta pay for that. I gotta stay out there and train, knowing that I can't play no more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta train because I just don't want to get up.
Yeah.
So that's wasting money.
Yes, it is. So let's talk about what you doing right now. You have a podcast with your brother as well, Q Rich. And how did that come about? Like, did you start it? Did he want to start it? Or both of y'all were together like, yo, we should do something that, you know what I'm saying, to still be relevant with these young boys in this game. And so who came up with that?
He came up with it. Like, I really wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't feeling the cameras, wasn't feeling the microphone.
Wow. Like somebody I know.
Like it just ain't me. It's different. But it became a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I used to always see this saying that say, if you got to do something that make you uncomfortable, to like take another step up.
Yeah.
In life.
It's true.
So this was my uncomfortable thing, but with him, he started it, and we did these articles with the Players Tribune where we were just giving them a little piece of our life or what we went through, and Q kind of narrated it with me. And Q just talking big noise to him, like, man, we need a show. We need a show now, man. Like, everybody rock with us. We need a show.
Yeah.
I can get anybody on here.
Yeah.
They gonna rock with us because we real.
Yeah.
And they was like a podcast. We never even heard of the podcast. Never known what it was. We didn't know you win awards. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know, like, we didn't know none of that stuff. And, we started doing our research, doing on it, and we just, shot our shot. And then it happened to score.
Definitely
you know what
good
I'm
to see
saying?
y'all doing that, though.
But it's a blessing because we feel like kids in the candy store, man. We bring our great song and the people that people don't really know about this game. There's so much knowledge in the guys that they show on TV every day, or the ones
they gotta show the big
the
names.
ones names they always call out.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of people in the game, and the ones names they always call out, they respect these other people that we talking about.
Yeah.
And so we trying to just bring that out. And like I say, it's a kid in the candy store. I can finally tell my favorite players that I admire your game.
Yeah.
I rock with you.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I came in y'all era. You couldn't do that before. I used to look down there and be like, that's she. I can't even say nothing to him, though. I got to go hard at him. That's it.
But your situation sounded a lot like ours when we started. I'm the Q Richardson of y'all combination because she was the same way. He was like, nah, Bonds. I'm straight Bonds.
For about a year and a half,
at least.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
man.
man, we got to do this. We got to do it. And when I got a chance to see Matt and Stack kind of in their element doing it, I called Sheed immediately, like, we got to do this. And she jumped into it. And one thing I could say for me, and I know she said it too, it's been therapeutic for us to kind of be able to get stuff out and say stuff that just like we're talking now. So have you felt similar? Doing that?
Yeah. It's like I say, it's the vibe, the energy, like all that's therapeutic to me. You know what I'm saying? The appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who just rock with us, especially when it's our peers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The young ones and the old ones. You know what I'm saying? We always carried ourselves a certain way. So man, to get this out and just to talk your stuff and just to give a helping hand to a brother is man, a blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah.
I definitely feel what you're saying with that because, you know, I definitely got to thank Bonzi for getting me into this. You know, my man.
Straight up.
But he was on my heels though, and I was in a boat with you, like, man, I ain't fucking with this. And, you know, doing this and doing that. I gotta go here, this interview, that. I'm like, man, whatever, though. I'm gonna go ahead and chill and coach high school ball.
Yeah.
But, you know, thinking about it and talking with him, he's like, Rasheed, come on, man, you know, we do this, bang, bang. And next thing I know, shit, here we are now.
Yeah, because Bonzi hear you talk your shit. Like, man, your game's playing against you, man, like, you talking your shit.
Yeah, got to.
The vibe of the game is there. And, like, to see y'all on here doing this thing, man, I'll be watching. Be looking all that stuff. I'm just glad to hear you talking and talking your shit and speaking your mind.
Got to talk.
I don't know about them Chiefs, but you know, everything else will get corrected later.
We won't say that topic for another day, right there, bro.
But yeah, man, we're not gonna hold you for much longer, man. We really appreciate you coming on. But we got one question that we want to ask all our guests before they come off, and you know we're aligned with Ballislife now, and we want to ask the perfect question: is what does Ballislife mean to you?
What does the word Ballislife mean to you? Not necessarily talking about, you know, the IG posts and all that, but the term.
The term Ballislife. Term Ballislife mean your comfortability. Like you can ball in there. If somebody wanna live in a certain way, that's what makes you comfortable. That's balling out. You can't make you mad at me because I don't want to live in $1 million house. Like,
Right.
That don't even sound right. But whatever your comfortability is, you ball out with that. That's Ballislife.
Well, there it is. Well, we got my man D Miles, Rasheed Wallace, man. It's another episode of Let's Get Technical in the books, man. We down here at the Allen Iverson Classic enjoying everything, so it's gonna be a lot more stuff coming your way, man. So make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah.